guys, I'm back. I had to delete. I had to remove the video that I recorded. So yeah, we're just gonna see how ethgoesboom does this. It might be on parts. So yeah, I don't know why. It's just I'm not gonna like it. So I'm just gonna hear this.
Hey guys, my name's ethgoesboom and welcome to my FNAF Ultimate Custom Night tier list video. So one of my fans on Twitter named Joey suggested that I make a FNAF tier list video, and I'm really glad that he did because honestly, I'm quite a fan of tier list videos. They've become really popular lately, and I'd love to make my own based on Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen a few other FNAF YouTubers make tier list videos about various things about FNAF, like what are their favorite animatronics or stuff like that. But today, I'm doing one specifically around Ultimate Custom Night that has to do with the difficulty of all of the animatronics game mechanics. So you guys can see the tiers here, like for example the S tier is very hard and the D tier is very easy. And what that means is that the animatronics that have very difficult AIs, the ones that are very hard to defeat and counter in Ultimate Custom Night, they're going to go into the S tier, and the ones that are very, very easy to deal with, they're going to go in the D tier. So this video isn't really based too much on opinions, it's just more to do with like, you know, the actual game mechanics of the animatronics, and just listing them to see how many of them are actually really difficult to deal with, and how much of them are really easy. So this video doesn't have really much to do with like my own opinions on the characters. Like this isn't a video where I say, oh, the really awesome characters go into the S tier and the ones I don't like go into the D tier. This is just all to do.
It was just I thought it was S to F.
With my own opinions of the characters. I kind of feel like that's important to point out before I start this list. So yeah, guys, as you can see on the bottom of the screen here, I've got the icons of every animatronic that's an Ultimate Custom Night, and they're all ready to be put onto this tier list. So we're just going to go in order from top to bottom. So we're going to start off here with Freddy Fazbear. Alright, Freddy Fazbear, the star of the show. So how difficult is he in Ultimate Custom Night? Well, he comes down the left hallway, and he takes about 4 phases before he gets to your office. But the thing with Freddy is that he can't attack you, even if he's right outside the door, he can't attack you if the monitor is down. You actually need to lift the monitor up with the left door open when he's right outside for him to actually kill you. So it's actually not too hard to avoid him, and really, you don't even need to watch him on the cams to get rid of him, because a simple trick to do, especially when Freddy is on 20 AI, is to simply close the left door every time you lift the monitor up to reset the ventilation or deal with some other animatronics. So really, you can completely ignore Freddy for the whole night, and just keep closing the left door when you check the monitor, and you won't really be a problem at all. But Freddy has got some other parts of his AI, like if you let the office rise in temperature and it gets too hot, he'll actually become more aggressive and attack more often, which is not good at all. I'd say there's a lot of different techniques and strategy to Freddy, so I'm going to put him in the normal tier. I think he's a normal difficulty character. So next up we've got Foxy. Oh boy, I bet you guys are going to guess what tier Foxy is going to go in, and I'm going to tell you right now that Foxy is one of the most difficult characters to deal with in Ultimate Custom Night. He is extremely aggressive in this game, especially on 20 AI, and he does get into the office a lot faster than he does in FNAF 1, because when he's on that high AI, he leaves his cove extremely quickly, even if you check him quite often. And yeah, he does have that whole thing where he needs to throw all of his body parts into the office, so that kind of does slow him down a little bit, but when he's on the really aggressive AIs, oftentimes he will throw a bunch of his body parts into the office at once, and he'll get in there really, really quick. He is very, very deserving of being a death coin character because he can be a real pain in the butt to a lot of players who are trying to do modes like the old friends mode or 50-20 mode. So that being said, Foxy is going into the S very hard tier. He's very deserving of it indeed.
Pain in the
okay,
ass.
Next up, guys, we're going to talk about Chica. I'm going to talk about them at the same time because they pretty much have the same game mechanic. If the AI is turned on, they'll randomly show up in the office and kind of slide in front of you like how Toy Bonnie does in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So all you need to do with them is put on the Freddy Fazbear mask to make them go away. And honestly, I would say that Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica aren't really deadly in and of themselves because most of the time they're pretty easy to deal with. They take quite a while sliding over to the very center of the room to kill you. But the way that I would say these two are deadly is that they are very good distractions. They're very good distractions and all the other things going on in the office, like Night Marion appearing out of nowhere and jump scaring you, or Ballora coming to the door. Especially Ballora, because when I tried doing the 8,000 points mode, Toy Bonnie or Toy Chica would always appear at the same time as Ballora and distract me, which would get me killed by Ballora. So I would say that Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica are deadly, but only because they're quite distracting. But because they're really easy to deal with, I'm going to put them both in the C tier. They are easy characters. Okay, so next up, we got Trash and the Gang. Do we really need to talk about these guys? They're just a joke character that jump scares you randomly. And also there's a whole thing with Mr. Can Do where he blocks one of your cams if their AI is turned on. But honestly, that's not really hard. You just flip the monitor down again to move into another camera. So yeah, these guys are D tier. You don't counter them in any way. They're just going to show up and do their own thing. I mean, I guess you can kind of counter Mr. Can Do by forcing him to switch cams, but besides that, they don't really do anything and aren't really counted, so very easy tier they go. They're very deserving of it indeed. Okay, next up we got Withered Bonnie. Now, the reason why I didn't talk about him at the same time as Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica is because even though he has the same AI as them, he actually works a little bit differently. He actually attacks you way faster, however, he does appear way less often. Even on 20 AI, you'll be lucky to see him once or twice within the night, which I think is just to keep the game balanced, but yeah. Honestly, I don't really know what to do with him. Like I said, he shows up
more than FNAF music, some battle music whenever you fight a boss.
Just the fact that he attacks faster, I think I'm going to put him in the B tier.
With Freddy.
He's way more aggressive, just appears less often. So yeah, I think that works. I think he belongs in the B tier. Oh no, how unfortunate. Next up, we've got Dee Dee.
The worst character!
I'm sure all of you guys know what Dee Dee does. She can randomly spawn at any point during the night, and she can either summon a random animatronic into your night that was previously turned off, or she can take one of the other animatronics that's already turned on and increase their AI, or she can summon a completely random, non-customizable character that for most players who don't know how to deal with them will be a complete shock to them, and most likely get them killed.
God damn it, I hate...
nuisance. The only way to counter her is to use the Dee Dee Repel, but you can't always use them because, you know, players don't always have Dee Dee Repels, but she is a major pain in the butt.
I mean, a major pain in the ass.
Do you know where she is going? She is going in the S tier, just on the effect that she has on people's nights, how she can completely screw them over.
I gotta say something.
Dee Dee is kind of a wild card because she could just spawn in Trash of the Gang and not be that much of a problem.
Oh, heck no. I have to say something. Dee Dee is the worst character in the whole game of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise.
But then again, she can spawn in like Foxy or Rockstar Bonnie and completely screw up your night. So because of that, I'm putting her in the S tier. She is very, very annoying. Okay, so next up is Chica. I don't know about all of you out there, but Chica in this game scares the crap out of me. You know why? Because she reminds me of the core gameplay in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is the scariest FNAF game to me because of the whole breathing mechanic. You need to listen closely for quiet breathing, and if you screw up, you're going to get a loud jump scare in your face, which is going to scare the crap out of you. I hate listening out for quiet things when there's the danger of a loud jump scare getting to you, and Chica is just like that in this game. You need to listen for her pots and pans, which are pretty quiet when you're not checking her cam. Like when you're in the office trying to handle all the other animatronics, at the back of your mind you kind of need to listen for Chica's pots and pans, because if you don't, she'll most likely catch you off guard and kill you. And she attacks pretty quickly too on the higher AIs if you leave her for too long. So yeah, Chica does scare the crap out of me, and she isn't a death point character, so you can't get rid of her if she's active in a mode, which is really, really annoying. And so she is pretty difficult to deal with, but she scares me personally, but I'm trying to keep my own personal opinions off this list. I wouldn't say she's S tier, but I would definitely say that she is a hard character to deal with because she requires a lot of attention and concentration. So yeah, and she's very scary too, so I think she's A tier material. Okay, next up we've got William Afton, aka Scrap Trap. Okay, so Afton always appears once per night in the right vent, and he makes a lot of clamoring noises, and when you hear that, you need to close the right vent as soon as possible to prevent him from jump scaring you. So, Afton, he's a weird one. I mean, he only attacks once per night, but he attacks very, very quickly, so yeah, you need really, really good reaction times, and he is pretty scary too. I don't know what to do with him. I wouldn't say he's a hard character. I think, I'd say he is normal. just because he's very random and he can appear at any point in time, and he can put a lot of players on edge, I think he deserves to be in the normal tier. Okay, we've got Ballora next. So in this game, Ballora works in the same way that she does in Sister Location, but she attacks a lot faster in this game. So basically you need to listen for her music box, and you need to tell which side she's coming from, the left or the right, and as soon as you hear her music, you need to close the appropriate door to stop her from jump scaring.
Hold on, this is on. I'm gonna have to do a part 2, so yeah, goodbye.